RANE has invested in a new Geofocus product experience for those that need to go a level deeper beyond our compliance, security, and cyber content and focus on geopolitics in particular. The first thing to know is the new Geofocus experience is embedded within RANE's foundational risk intelligence platform. This comes with a new product experience, taxonomy organizations, and workflow tools to support you taking this information, informing your jobs to be done each day within the workplace. We start this experience with the connected risk map. You see that there's insight into our coverage across the four main categories of risks that we focus on, along with the relationships between countries. Those colors on the dots reflect the different makeup of RANE subjects and geographic context. Clicking on any one of these will show you a preview of the volume of content covered within the last week. You can also hover over any of the lines between these subjects and or countries and see the relationship between them. Clicking on any one of these will take you to our search experience. We'll see that the keywords that we clicked on from the homepage and connected risks will auto-populate here, but there is an opportunity to dive deeper specific to your task at hand, your research, or your interests of the day. We can filter by risk type, geopolitics, compliance, security, and cyber if you want to focus in based on scope. You can also filter by content type, whether it is the proprietary analysis that RANE is producing each day, the forecast for the look forward over the next year, annual, and the key forecast questions that we produce, open source intelligence, or events being the likes of podcasts and webcasts that we do. You can also filter by a specific time frame. For example, if you were doing research and you wanted to look at all coverage over the last quarter. In this case, we'll look at China, trade, and the geopolitics filter as an example. And as far as workflow tools, although you have the ability to dive deeper into all of the content that matches those keywords and filters, we're helping you through the form of a smart report to give you the key takeaways in an AI-assisted executive summary. So out of all the content that matches those keywords and the content type selected, here is a summary of what RANE is saying and covering about those subject matters. And you can also incorporate this into your own reports, your daily situational write-ups, whatever that workflow product may be. You'll also see a filtered, refined version of the connected risk. Well, on the homepage, we were looking at all coverage over the last week. This will focus on all coverage over the last week that matches the keyword queries that we have put in. We'll also call attention to key insights pulled from RANE's proprietary analysis to give you a view of RANE's perspective. And you'll see that there's many workflow tools, data visualization to help you see top related topics, top countries. If I scroll back up, significant developments, emerging signals. There's been a big investment in data visualization to give you context, but also to help you dive deeper, go further, and find the information that's most applicable to what it is you're looking for. And again, you have full access to all of those archives, all of the content. You will see in some areas upgrade as this is looking at the Geofocus view. Note that there are additional entitlements that come with additional contents and workflow tools specific to our geo intelligence, along with threat intelligence that focuses more on tactical security issues. So if that's applicable, of interest to you, do contact your account manager. If I go back to the homepage, I also want to highlight the Riskbook. Each day we'll focus on the Riskbook going into our open source intelligence just as a prompt for you as a busy business professional. What are the key issues taking place around the world across our four main categories of risk: cyber, geopolitics, security, compliance? This is the day's summary, notable events taking place over the last 24 hours. However, there are additional briefs that will be included within your Geofocus product, some focused on topic, cyber, ESG, financial crimes, geopolitics, as an example, and others that are focused and organized by region. So out of all of our coverage across those main risk categories, what are the key issues taking place within the week specific to the region? And we'll also dive deeper based on the country, highlight key issues, and you have access to that open source intelligence if you do want to explore further. Shifting back to the homepage, we can also explore by the risk categories themselves. Again, geopolitics, compliance, security, and cyber. All of these thematic landing pages, our category pages, will have similar organization. For example, just giving you the view on security so you can do that side-by-side comparison. If we're using geopolitics, given that this is the Geofocus product experience, then you'll see that taxonomy, that risk categorization that we saw on the homepage with the connected risks relayed here. In this case, out of all of our geopolitical coverage over the last week, albeit you could filter this, these are the more nuanced risk categories under the realm of geopolitics that make up a large volume of that content coverage. You will see trending data over time, top countries that are referenced, and whatever we click on here goes back to that search experience. All coverage on geopolitics, but we could further filter, do those smart reports, see the data visualization accordingly. We'll also feature the most recent or highlighted analysis, but for each page, we organize this based on use case. All of the verified risk intelligence, verified open source intelligence that RANE is collecting to help you understand what is happening. Our day-to-day proprietary analysis produced by RANE's global team of analysts to help you understand why it matters. Access to forecasts for that future outlook. There are some key forecast questions that are exclusive to the Geo Intel product experience, but you will have access to all of the decade, annual, and quarterly forecasts. And as those are published, they would be top of view. Along with events, different podcasts and webcasts that we produce, either with our analysts or experts within our expert network, so you can see what peers within the industry are saying about key risk topics, along with different data visualization to help you explore. Moving beyond the thematic coverage, there are different experiences where you can see all of these content types come together. And one area is the risk tracker. A heavy focus on data visualization. We can see the intersection between key markets of coverage along with key topics of coverage. You'll see the intersection. Whatever we click on here will give us a preview of that coverage and then a pathway to explore further. We can also explore based on a map view, along with, if I scroll down, risk topics. So the risk tracker just serves up key issues that we're tracking, key issues that our clients have expressed interest on, giving you that visual context and the ability to help you explore. Furthermore, what is new to the Geofocus experience, because this is enabled by building this out within the Risk Intel platform experience, is the Global Composite Risk Index. The Global Composite Risk Index pulls from a variety of different indices and benchmarking tools, whether it is Amnesty International, UN crime reports, World Bank financial data, looking at different categories across the world and giving a comparative view across low, medium, high, critical. For any one of these countries, we will produce a rank and a score by category. And you see here, even beyond geopolitics, this represents a wide variety of enterprise risk categories to offer a holistic view of what's moving the needle and how these countries are expected to evolve and how you can factor that into your own operational planning, risk mitigation. If any one of those categories or those original sources for those categories updates, for example, if we look at financial stability, we are very transparent with the sources that are used. So lending credibility, giving trust with your peers, with your superiors to use this approach within your own country risk assessments and benchmarking. If any one of those updates, then if it rises to a certain threshold, it will also update the rank and the score by country. And then you'll see that reflective in that comparative map view or list view. I mentioned access to events and media. We saw that on the geopolitical page. There's an opportunity to see all events that RANE is hosting, whether they're podcasts or webcasts that you can participate in or see replays of across different key risk category areas. There's also a gallery. RANE is very well known for our graphics, our creative team, whether that's maps, charts, additional data visualization that we produce internally, as those are helpful to you if you want to incorporate them into your own reports, presentations. We serve up those that are more broadly applicable and or tied to breaking issues to make that easy for you. Focusing on workflow tools beyond smart reports, we also have collaboration. Here's an example of something that I shared with a peer for illustration purposes. But if we go back to any piece of content, whether it is a situation report, open source, I'll click on this latest analysis. In this case, it's a situation report as an example. You have the ability to share via email. You can copy and put that into your own work product. But the team members within your organization that are tied to the account, you would have the ability to share with, add some notes. And as you do so, then that would show up in the collaboration view. The use case for this is so that you can take action and stay within RANE's product experience. You can see what has been shared by you, shared with you, accountability that has been seen, that your team members are taking action. Beyond the platform experience and visiting here each day, we understand that there is a need to get content on the go. What is new within Geofocus recently launched is the ability to manage those preferences and notifications within the platform. Any one of those briefs that we saw within the briefs page, beyond just the visibility within the platform, you can also customize what you want to go to your inbox. The cadence is dependent upon the brief. In some cases, they are daily. In other cases, they are weekly. And then in addition, you can create custom notifications. So if there are certain topics, subjects out of our taxonomy that are of greater interest, you have the ability to select those. In addition, if there are countries of operation or those that you're looking at for new markets, you can select the countries of interest and then refine that down to the content. If you wanted all of that day-to-day open source intelligence across all categories, note that can be anywhere from 100 to 200. So you'd want to refine that specific to the countries and topics of interest. But certainly our day-to-day proprietary analysis, where something is notable, it warrants that context from our team. The decade, annual, and quarterly forecasts and events in media, you can select what preferences you want to get, what content you want to receive directly to your inbox. And note, beyond the platform experience and even beyond notifications, there's also the opportunity to stay informed by having access to our mobile application. So the Geofocus, it lives within the Risk Intel platform. It gives you the opportunity to have situational awareness and insight into all of RANE's subject matter expertise, but it does focus on the use cases for those that we understand that really need to dive in and understand the key issues that are driving the geopolitical environment, what's happening, why it matters, future, and the ability to stay connected. If you have any questions or would like a more detailed overview of the Geofocus product experience, we would love your feedback. Please reach out to your account manager for further follow-up.